What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are staying safe while America is in this quarantine. We have to make sure that while we are in our houses and protecting ourselves and our families, that we are doing things to enhance our mind. And so one of the things that I like to do is write. I have a lot of projects that I'm working on now. I wanted to share one of the projects. This is from a play that I am writing that has several monologues, and this is a very strong monologue, and I wanted to share it with you. I'm just going to read it from the paper because I don't have it memorized yet. This monologue is about women who go through abuse and abusive relationships, and this is called Don't Judge Me. Hello, my name is, well, that's not important. I am here today to share my story, a story many people wouldn't understand. Some people call me stupid. Some may even call me a fool. Now, I hope you're not here to judge me, because Lord knows that I've had enough of that. Let me start off by saying the only reason I'm here today is to... Never mind, I'll just tell my story. It all started about 15 years ago. I met the man of my dreams, or so I thought. In my own little world, everything was perfect. And when I say perfect, I mean exactly that. Perfect. He wined and dined me, got my hair and my nails done. He took me out on dates. We were young, dumb, and in love. So here I am today sharing my story with a bunch of strangers. So what went wrong, you ask? Well, to me, nothing. To everyone else, everything. He was the only one that understood me, the only one that can make me laugh one moment and cry the next. When it was good, it was good. But honey, when it was bad, and I was too blind to see it. I've lost friends, my self-worth, my dignity. I lost myself in him. So let me get back to the story. We will call him Lenny. Now, Lenny was not perfect by any means, but who is? Lenny and I, we had our ups and downs just like anyone else in a relationship. Now that I look back, I realized that my main mistake was getting everyone else involved in our business. People can't judge what they don't know. So keeping your business to yourself, ladies, is key. Now some of you may not agree with this, and that's okay. Anyways, about 2 years into our relationship, things started to change. The flowers stopped, the compliments stopped, but most of all, the happiness stopped. Now, most people would ask, if the happiness stopped, why did you stay? The happiness stopped because of me. I blame myself. Well, why did I blame myself? That's a really good question. There was something lacking. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but it was just something was lacking. And what do we as women do when something is lacking in our relationship? We seek it from somewhere else. Hell, don't act like I'm the only one. I told you from the beginning, don't judge me. Now, let me be perfectly clear. This was not my goal in the beginning. One night I was out with my girlfriends and saw this fine specimen of a man. When I say fine, I mean more, it's chestnut fine, Blair Underwood fine, Justin Timberlake fine, Idris Elba fine, Matthew David McConaughey fine. Now, even though I had a boyfriend, there was something about this man that drew me to him. We were like two magnets fighting to be apart. We danced, we exchanged numbers, and that was the day that my hell began. I wanted my cake and I wanted to eat it too. I never told him that I had a boyfriend, and my boyfriend never knew about him, or so I thought. We continued this affair for about 6 months before all hell broke loose. One evening, I told Lenny that I was going to go see my sister, which was partially true. I go over to my sister's house to drop off her birthday present. We sat and we laughed and we talked for about an hour, and then I left. Usually when I go over to my sister's house, I am there for hours, but not tonight. I had other things on my mind. I get into my car and I go see Mr. Sexy as Hell. I was so excited that I did not realize that I was being followed. That night is the night that my nightmare began. The cat was out of the bag. I was found out. Now, the best thing would have been for both of them to just leave me alone. I was a liar and a cheat, and I was living a double life. Mr. Sexy, he dropped me like a bad habit, and I deserved it. I was living a lie, and I got caught. And I wish the story ended there. But I wasn't so lucky. Lenny, he beat my ass unmercifully. In my mind, I told myself that I deserved this. I lied and I cheated, and this is how liars and cheaters were dealt with. I wish the story ended here, but it doesn't. Most people would have left. Not me. Not me. Most people would have thought that Lenny would have left me, but he didn't. He wanted me to suffer. Suffer for all the times that I opened my legs for Mr. Sexy. Suffer for all the times that I went out on a date with him. Suffer for all the lies that I told during the affair. And suffer is what I did for 13 more years. I stayed. I stayed with the man who physically, emotionally, and mentally abused me for over a decade. For years, I said nothing to no one, not one soul. My friends and my family and my coworkers knew something was wrong because I was different. I wasn't the same happy-go-lucky person that I was before. I withdrew from my family and friends. I was embarrassed and ashamed. I was a liar and a cheat, and I felt that I deserved everything that I got. I ended up telling one person what happened, and that was my best friend who introduced me to Lenny. She was furious and immediately called him and went off. Do you think that helped the situation? Hell no. If anything, it made it worse. For 13 years, I accepted the abuse. He would have never hit me if I didn't cheat on him. So in my mind, I deserved this. For years, the only person that knew about the abuse was my best friend, or so I thought. He tried not to leave bruises when he hit me. That was until the last time. My family knew. I was a totally different person. The last time, which I hope was the last time, it was bad. I had to tell my family because I had to go to the emergency room. We were arguing and he asked me to leave his house and I refused, and he called me all kind of stupid bitches. He kicked me in my vagina. He took my head and shoved it in the ground several times. I went home and I called my cousin crying hysterically. She immediately left work to come see about me. I remember it like it was yesterday. My arms were bruised, my legs were bruised, and my ribs hurt like hell. And I had debris in my hair from his violent attack. She told me that I needed to go to the hospital and get checked out. I don't have any children, and after being kicked in the vagina, who knows if I ever will. I went to the hospital and I only had minor injuries on the surface, but the major injury was to my soul. How could he do this to me? He just told me that he loved me. We just made love. This was the first time that I was truly scared of him. But unfortunately, it was not enough for me to leave him. They often say that you have to get beat the right way before you leave. That is gospel. This was it. So I thought. Oh, something that I forgot to tell you about him. Oh my God, he is such a sweet talker. One of the things that I loved about him, and one of the things that I hate about him. I had convinced my family and friends that this was the last straw. I convinced them that I no longer wanted to be his punching bag. But I told y'all he was a sweet talker, right? Well, he did what he does, and he sweet talked me right back to the place where the abuse that sent me to the hospital took place. I loved him. He was familiar. We had history, and I loved his children. Those are all the things that I convinced myself of while driving to his house to go on a movie date. Except I never made it there. Trying to go see the abuser, my life literally flashed before my eyes. It was a rainy night, and that's all I can remember. I got into a bad car accident. So bad that it totaled my car. You would have thought that that would have been a wake-up call for me, but it wasn't. You would have thought that after years of abuse, years of his infidelity, and a hospital visit, enough would have been enough. I am scared of this man. Most people would ask how you could be with someone that you are afraid of. And to be perfectly honest, I don't have the answer. People often ask me, how can you lay with this man, talk to this man, love this man, miss this man? Well, those are all excellent questions. And to this day, I still can't answer them. We had 15 years. We had 15 years. We had 15 years. At this point, Lenny and I are no longer in a relationship. I just simply want his friendship. Listen, I know you may not understand, but please don't judge me.